from Mini Bull Design, and today I'm up in the studio again, and I'm just going to sit here and talk about cooking while backpacking. I got a few questions I want to answer and some stuff I want to show you. Now, some people seem to be stuck on simmering. I had one email from a guy that did the entire Appalachian Trail and said he didn't mind waiting 20 minutes for his Zatarain beans and rice to cook for 20 minutes. It didn't bother him. Now, I don't think I made myself totally clear. I don't mind waiting 20 minutes for a meal. That's not a problem, because while a meal is cooking, I can be getting my accommodations ready, pitching my hammock, or putting up a tarp, or filtering water. So the time's not it. But having a reliable heat source that is low enough, consistently low enough to simmer for 20 minutes. Alcohol doesn't lend itself very well to that because with the wind and different conditions, you've got to goof around with it a while and stay with it to get the heat finally. Everything's set and you're obviously going to have a remote. Get the remote set just right, and probably use a Bongo Original, and you can do it. But there's a fudge factor to it that's fairly big. Now, an atomic would burn for that amount of time, no problem, but it's too hot to simmer, unless you have a great big kettle or something. With a 12-centimeter pot, the atomic's way too hot to simmer. It would burn on. So my thought is, if you're the type of person that consistently wants to make meals using real food, like raw rice, and simmer and do things like that, I'd recommend that you carry a jet boil. I think it'd be worth your time, because a jet boil you can turn on and get just exactly the simmer you want, and for 20 minutes there's no problem. It'll stay right there perfectly. That's a real good stove for simmering and doing things like that. Now, on another subject, found this. This is pink salmon, skinless, boneless pink salmon in an envelope. You can get these in smaller envelopes. This one's 5 ounces, but a 2.5 ounce envelope of this with instant rice and some parquet margarine, maybe a little spice, salt and butter, whatever, would be a real nice meal. Real nice. I'm not a big fan of salmon, but a lot of people are. More to my liking. And how I would do this one is, this is Spam Singles. Shug Emery's one of his favorite foods. He just rips the top off and eats it like a candy bar. What I would do with this one is, I think I'd fire up my BIOS, put a little oil in the bottom of my 12-centimeter pot, and cube this up and stir it around and brown it in the bottom of my pot. And then take it out once it's done, put it in another container, and then cook either potatoes or rice, and then dump this back in with a little butter. And I think that would be a real good meal there. Real good meal. Now, I've been playing around with the KoolAid. This has no calories, has no carbohydrates, it's completely, but it has a real good flavor to it, and it's got a very focused little nozzle. So when you squirt it, you get just a razor sharp, thin stream on it. So there's no drippy or anything. It's got a pretty high tech nozzle on it, and it has real good flavor. I think it's probably got Splendor in it, because it doesn't have a bad aftertaste like a lot of the cheap sweeteners do. No high fructose corn syrup or anything. It's completely benign. No calories, no carbohydrates. That's good stuff. That's definitely worth carrying. Especially if you get some water at a source that's got a little bit of a funky flavor to it. I think that would help quite a bit to mask the flavor, as long as the water was good and safe. Now, kind of odd, my website and my videos, as with this one, are kind of set up for you guys that watch me all the time. We kind of bounce off each other between the comments and stuff. Now, I had somebody who supposedly have been backpacking for 50 years and said they never heard of me before, stumbled onto our website and said my website was a piece of junk because It didn't explain why my stoves were better than other people's stoves, and it didn't compare one of my stoves to another stove. And she didn't even know what an atomic was, so it didn't mean anything to her. Guess she's not a member of the cult, huh? Let's leave that right there. Now, if you guys that like to cook and carry a frying pan, I don't recommend the just a thin sheet metal frying pans that actually double as a lid for your pot. Those are real hard to cook with. You can do it, but you get hot spots all over them. They're just too thin. I would recommend, if you're the type of person that likes to fry stuff like eggs and bacon and all kinds of stuff like that, make pancakes, I would recommend carrying one of those thicker aluminum fry pans, maybe a 7-inch fry pan, kind of like a big one egg wonder. Those work real well with an alcohol stove. And the stove I would recommend would be an atomic. If you fill an atomic up, you can have a steady flame for close to a half an hour, and that's time enough to cook bunches of pancakes for a group of people. And it doesn't take that long. I usually have a pot stand over the atomic, but I usually hang on to the pot and move it over the flame. If I want less heat, I pick it up. If I want more, I put it down, or I might move it in a circular motion while I'm flipping my pancake. And that works just amazingly well, especially if you're cooking for a group of people. If you are cooking pancakes, you can bang a pancake out maybe every couple of minutes, maybe less than that. And it works real well. If you've got some maple syrup and some parquet margarine and a spork, you're in. Eat them right out of a Frisbee. So, I think that's everything I wanted to say for this video. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today, and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye.